obviously the Packers let Jaire Alexander go, and that was a big story, and people have been overreacting, underreacting. Like any kind of reaction you could have, there are Packers fans and Packers media personality who are having them. Then, almost immediately after letting Jaire go, we see at their mini camp that Bo Melton, their 5th or 6th string receiver, is playing at cornerback. And obviously that's going to spark quite a bit of conversation when you let Jaire Alexander go and immediately after you have a receiver playing cornerback. Now, to get this out of the way up front, Bo Melton was not the plan to replace Jaire Alexander. Right?
Bo Melton is not cornerback 1 All-Pro?
Yes. Bo Melton is not. Again, I tweeted out from our show account, Jefferson's going to have 1,000 yards on Bo Melton next year. Like Bo Melton, if Bo Melton is playing snaps for the Packers at cornerback next year consistently, either he's amazing at cornerback and we didn't realize this,
how do we not know
or it's really bad in Green Bay.
How do we know he's not great at cornerback?
He saw what's happening to Travis Hunter and said, Gutekunst, I want you to do that for me.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Receivers are cornerbacks who can catch. I think putting a receiver at cornerback, he'd be good.
Well, the Packers have had some success in the past moving. We've seen it before. Like you can move athletic wide receivers to cornerback in a pinch, and it sometimes
and they can catch, unlike cornerback.
But here's what I would
slow down.
I know that Bo Melton came out and said that he's a wide receiver. He should be willing to try this because, frankly, looking at this roster, if Bo Melton can only play wide receiver, I think there is a real chance that he gets cut.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So if I'm Bo Melton and they're giving me an opportunity to play cornerback snaps, to do stuff on special teams, regardless of whether it'll ultimately work out, it makes sense for him to take every single opportunity he can to show value to the team. Because if he could be, even Julian Edelman was not a great cornerback, but he was a functional slot corner when guys got hurt in New England because he was athletic. Like that's all he really needed.
I totally forgot
knew
Edelman
the position.
Cornerback. A little.
I mean, again, it wasn't great, right? But he was able to function for a few weeks until they could get a guy in there. If they believe Bo Melton can do that, that's the sort of thing that can save your job versus a Mecole Hardman or a Malik Heath or a Cornelius Johnson, like at the very bottom of this depth chart.
And that's the important thing to take away here is that, again, if Bo Melton is playing at cornerback right now, it's to see if Bo Melton can, potentially fill in every now and then. This is not a long-term solution. Again, unless if he's great, which I don't want to rule out.
Maybe he is. Maybe he's the lockdown corner.
It's very hard.
His RAS is off the chart for cornerbacks.
I know. I know he's a great athlete, but it's very hard in general. Even in college, you have guys, moving. I think in college it's a little more natural to test around positions and see, maybe we could flip him to corner, maybe we flip this guy to receiver, running back, whatever. Our buddy, your old roommate, Avery Davis, Ziggy, played about every position imaginable at Notre Dame before settling in at receiver.
Right. Richard Sherman played wide receiver for 2 or 3 years at Stanford.
But usually you get some college reps. Like Cam Hart, who I'll produce his show in Inside the Garage. Cam went from wide receiver to cornerback at Notre Dame. Now he's a cornerback for the Chargers in the league. Usually you don't see in the NFL like, oh, we're going to try this. Like Tim Tebow's going to try tight end. Like usually it doesn't work switching positions in the league, especially when you've been there for a while. So that's why this is more of a, oh, you know what? If Bo can do it, we think he has the physique. They thought on special teams that he showed the aggressiveness that could be required for a cornerback. Like, yeah, then maybe we could see what we have. Because you're right, Ziggy. There's no worse place in the league to be a backup receiver than Green Bay. You have the 4 guys from last year. Now you have Savion Williams and you have Matthew Golden all ahead of you in the like that's a place where you get cut. And this is an opportunity for Bo to increase his value as a special teams and potentially once in a while defensive player. But there's not much, like, to me, this is not much of a story. This is like, oh, the Packers are just kind of effing around.
Maybe Travis Hunter is a wannabe Bo Melton.
That could be it.
Maybe Bo was Travis before we knew who Travis was.
If Bo, can you imagine Bo Melton exploding onto the scene as a superstar dual?
I don't think it would shock me.
Well, because it's the Packers.
There's no way you're telling me it wouldn't shock you if Bo Melton is a superstar
I don't think it would shock
two-way
me.
player.
He looks like a
it would shock me.
He looks like a corner. Like he has that athletic look.
I think it'd be I hope I'm rooting for Bo. This is a show I think where we actively root for people to succeed.
He's like Ryan.
Even if he's a Packer.
I'm rooting for Bo to get cut by the Packers and be a star outside the NFC.
Sure, yeah, that's the ideal situation. Yes. But anyway, I just thought that was a fun story because you saw Packers fans going like Bo, like at corner. Can you imagine the Vikings like, yeah, we're trying to think who, like Jalen Naylor. No, Naylor's almost too part of our offense. If you just have like one of your fourth or fifth receivers playing cornerback, it gets attention.
AB would have been such a good cornerback.
AB could have been a cornerback. Tyreek Hill would be a good slot cornerback.
Yeah. Like
So
I could
quick.
see it.
Tyreek might be too stocky though.
I don't think it would shock me. Melton has the look.